Barda, welcome to another episode of This is Sevens. Today we're going to be covering everything you need to know about the game of Rugby Sevens, and at the end, my top 3 tips of how to make it in Sevens. If you find anything useful in this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. Rugby Sevens is now an Olympic sport played by men and women all around the world, so let's get into the video. Right, that's pretty annoying. Rugby pitch is behind barriers now, so I guess we're on to the football pitch. Rugby in general is said to have originated in rugby school in England in 1823 when William Webb Ellis picked up the ball in a game of football and started to run with it. Now, teams compete for the William Webb Ellis Trophy at the 15s World Cup. Here's a picture of me with the trophy and hair, 2 things I'm probably never going to see again. Rugby Sevens originated in Melrose in Scotland in 1883 when 2 local butchers, Ned Haig and Dave Sanderson, decided to create a tournament to raise money for their local club, Melrose RFC. Melrose Sevens is a very famous yearly tournament and one that I still want to tick off my bucket list. And in similar fashion to the 15s, at the Sevens World Cup, all the teams are competing for the Melrose Cup. So, Sevens is a full contact sport played on a full-size rugby pitch, the same as 15-a-side. The aim of Sevens is to score more points than the opposition, but we'll get into this in a bit. So, each team has 3 forwards and 4 backs on the pitch, with 5 substitutions on the bench ready to come on. For tournaments, squads normally consist of 12 to 13 players, and players often play in the backs and the forwards. There's a few ways you can score points for your team. The first is by scoring a try, where someone on your team takes the ball over the goal line and puts it down. You get 5 points for this, and then the ball is taken back in line from where you scored the try, and you get a chance to drop kick the ball over the post. If it goes over, you get an extra 2 points. A drop kick is when the ball is bounced off the floor before being kicked. You can also score 3 points for your team if you drop kick the ball over the post, either from a penalty or an open play, but this is much less common in Sevens. A coin toss is done before the start of the game to see which side of the pitch you're going to play on and which team kicks off. The game kicks off when another team drop kicks the ball on the halfway line over the opposition's 10-metre line. Whichever team catches the ball, they are now in attack, and they need to take the ball up the pitch, evading the defenders. The ball can be passed between the attackers, but it must go backwards, and the aim is to take the ball over the try line to score a try and get 5 points for your team. The defending team tries to tackle the attackers to stop them advancing up the pitch, and they're looking to turn the ball over so they can then attack. The ball can be turned over either by the attacking team dropping the ball or the defending team picking the ball up, which is called a jackal, when a tackle's been made. When an attacker is tackled, a ruck can be formed when another player from the attacking side joins the tackle. An offside line is now created for the defensive team. The ball can be kicked in open play by the attacking side, and they can either be attacking kicks like grubbers or chip and chases, or defensive kicks where you're looking to clear your line. Penalties are given in Sevens for foul play, and this can range from being offside, knocking the ball down, or doing a dangerous tackle. Depending on the severity of the offence, you may be given a yellow or a red card. Yellow card, you have to go off the pitch for 2 minutes before coming back on, and a red card, you are finished for the whole game, and you might get a ban for the rest of the tournament. Once a team has been given a penalty, they can tap and run with the ball straight away or elect to go for a set piece. If the ball is dropped by the attacking team, this is called a knock-on, and the referee can choose to call a scrum, and this is when the 3 forwards from each team bind up and push against each other to try and win the ball. If the ball goes over the sidelines, either by a player taking it over or it being kicked out into touch, then a line-out can be called. Whichever team calls the ball to go over the touchline, the other team gets the ball, they are now the attacking team. The 3 forwards line up and the attacking team throws the ball in, the forwards jump up and try and win the ball so their team can continue to attack. Sevens games are almost always played within a tournament format with multiple teams competing and games going over a day or 2. The World Series is a yearly league that the top international Sevens teams play in and normally consists of 10 tournaments. World Series tournaments are traditionally played over 2 days, with group games happening on the first day and knockout games happening on the second day. Sevens tournaments are great fun for everyone. Most stadiums have family stands as well as the party stands, so there's something for everyone. Fancy dress is a massive part of Sevens culture, with lots of creative outfits always on show. Alongside the World Series, Sevens has a World Cup every 4 years. It's also been a part of the last 2 Olympics and is now featured in most multi-sport games, such as the Commonwealth, Pan Am and Asian Games. Sevens is played all around the world by men and women, and most people start playing in school tournaments like Roslyn Park or invitational tournaments like Bournemouth Sevens or Amsterdam Sevens. These tournaments cater to all levels, so whether you're just trying to have a bit of fun with your friends or if you're looking to push on to the next level and try and get scouted by an international team, these tournaments are worth attending. The nature of Sevens compared to 15s makes it far more accessible if you're not from a traditional rugby playing country. It's easier to pick up the rules and tactics and far easier to start a team with your friends and go to some tournaments. Sevens really tests your mental and physical toughness. It's played at a far higher speed than 15s and your skills are put under so much more pressure with the fewer players on the pitch.
You need any help?
No, I'm all good, thank you very much. What a lovely man. The World Sevens Series is an amazing testing environment for future 15 stars. There's so many examples of men's and women's 15s players who have played quite a few seasons of Sevens before becoming household names. Number 1, nail down your basic skills, as these will be tested in a game of Sevens. As examples, you'll have to run at full speed and be able to pass 10 metres off each hand. Equally in defence, you'll have to mark very quick, agile players in more space than you would do in 15s. So make sure you've nailed all the basics. Number 2, make sure that you're physically ready. So equally work on your speed as well as your endurance, working on your strength and power in the gym, but also on your prehab and rehab to make sure your body can deal with the demands of a 1 or 2 day tournament. And finally, try and play as much as possible. One, this will be great fun, you'll have some amazing life experiences, but it will also open more opportunities for you for bigger and better teams and tournaments, and who knows where that might end up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in a comment below. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing. But have a good day. Diolch yn fawr.